Hi everyone, today I am going to show you how to make this bow, which is translated to a folded loop bow, and look how pretty it is. I've made some slight adjustments and it looks even nicer. And I'm going to show you all the steps and give you all the sizes so we can end up with this as our end results. Okay, I've got a couple of other colours here as well. Nice silver edged green one. And this is what we're going to be making in the tutorial, this nice peachy coloured one. And I will also add the measurements for this teeny tiny 1-inch version. But today we are going to be using 1.5-inch ribbon, and you'll need your glue gun, your fabric scissors, a tape measure, extra strength upholstery thread or extra strength polyester thread or a pearl thread, anything that is strong that won't snap when you pull, and a lighter for heat sealing our ribbon. And you will need, like I said, 1.5-inch ribbon or 4 centimeters, and you'll need 2 at 38 centimeters and 1 at 42, and that is for the back bow, the 42. And obviously the 2 38 pieces are for this bit here. Okay, just move that slightly out of the way. So as you can see, because I like to be all organised and prepared in any bow making that I do whatsoever, I have already started pinning and getting everything in place. And we'll just move the 42 out of the way for a second. So with the 2 38 centimeter pieces, I have folded in half and pinned dead on the centre, and I have also pinned in 10.5 and 10.5 and done the same on the second piece, and I have also heat sealed all 4 ends of my ribbon. So once you've got to that point and got everything ready to go, what you want to do is you bring your pins together like so to create your first fold. A little tidier, and then we fold up, and then we fold back down, and we take that pin and we pin that there to hold for a second. Okay, and we repeat the other side from where we pinned that 10.5 in. You bring that to meet the middle, fold it down, fold that up, and bring it down. Okay, and take your pin, move it to there. That is going to be the back of your bow. That is the front shape of your bow. And we're going to repeat exactly the same steps again. Go in to get your first fold like so. Take that up so you get your triangle. Bring that down to get your rectangle shape. Pin to hold. Repeat the opposite side. In, triangle up, bring that down, move your pin to hold, and we can take that centre pin out now, put that out of the way. And like I said, fronts, backs, and these are now ready to stitch, and I like to put them in the direction that I'm going to stitch them. So we're going to go up and then up, and that will turn round once we cinch it. Okay, so I've already got my needle threaded and tied off, and what you want to do is, as you can see here, you want to start your from above, going through all those layers. So through there, through the bottom, then you want one, actually slightly more even. One, make sure you're capturing all your layers. Two, and your third one, you want to be coming from beneath, and you want to get that layer through that original triangle that we folded up, and then back out. And then to do the other side, you want to be going in to that triangle from above. So through there to your bottom layer. Okay. And then you want to go one across. And we're going to be coming out through that top triangle, like so. And then we can move the two hold pins. And pull that along. There we go. So that's the first one. And as you can see, in, stitch, small stitch, stitch, out. So 1, 2, 3, and the back looks like so. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and we're going to repeat on the next piece. So we make sure that's lined up from above, capturing all them layers, one across, back up through the triangle, one across, then back through the other triangle that way. Make sure I've got all the layers. One across, and one out, and then pull that across. And again, you've got the same as before. In, one, small, one, out, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back. We can take those two out now as well. And there we go. Got the ends of the bow. So now you can pull like this, and as you can see, you've got the top layer of the bow coming together. And I pull as tight as possible. Like I said, that's why it's important to have the extra strength thread. And then what I do is I get all those bumps there, and you should have 4 on both sides. Okay. I take my needle and I go back through one, that side, like so, and then I repeat on the other side. Line up those 4. Just going to go back through them like so. And I like to do this just because I feel like instead of gluing, I feel like it has a lot more security. Okay, and then you can cinch again, and I'll just do a couple of stitches off in the back just to be extra safe. So one across, and then what I like to do is I like to go right through the back, get as close to that middle as possible, and do one side, and then go, like I said, as close to the centre as possible through the back, like so. And what that does is it stops it from pulling apart when you're wrapping your middle. And I'm just going to wiggle that a little bit until they're a bit more centered. There you go. And that is the beginning of your folded loop bow. We'll do one last tie off and back. Cut that off, and I am going to do a rare thing in a minute. I am going to freehand a half pinwheel, which I don't do very often because I am a template maker when it comes to pinwheels and half pinwheels and several other bows, just because I prefer the shapes that they give me, and I feel like they just work better for me. But I will show you how to freehand on the rare occasion. So this is your 42cm piece of ribbon, and what you do, just move this out of the way, is you fold it like so. So you've got like a tiny, go from straight to like so. Okay, and you want a tiny little tail on either side, like half a centimetre either side, and then you know you've got it even. And what you do is I pick that up around the centre, and if you grab both sides, fold it up like that, you can see they're even, and then you can put a little crease line across there and give it a little pinch so it holds. Okay, I'm going to grab one of my salon clips here. Yeah, that holds it in place. I'm just going to get a thread. Excuse the drop noise. Okay, so again you can see the crease there. So from above, one, you can tell I'm used to doing this on a template, 2, 3, so in, 1, 2, out. And then you can pull like so, and wrap, wrap, wrap again. Just make sure both sides are even. Yep, that's fine. And then you can stitch that off. Okay, so that's the shape you get, which is basically a half pinwheel. And on this style, as you can see, we've got the very sharp edge, and you create that by, instead of curving or anything like that, you can go straight across from your point like so, turn it the opposite way, straight again, so you get that straight edge look like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up from beneath through the centre of that one like that, and this is what I do instead of gluing my layers together, because it's not something I like to do. I like to thread because I believe it sits nicer, it's less bulky, less likely to come apart. I thread that straight through the centre of that one. Sorry, I've got some glitter on my desk from doing some glitter velvet earlier. You know, the crafter's nightmare of glitter everywhere. Wrap that round nice and tight. Stitch that off in the back. going to heat seal our edges like so. I like to play around and adjust it a little bit until I'm happy with how it sits before I add my middle on my clip. Like so. Never be afraid to play around with your bows until they sit how you want them to. Okay. And I'm going to do a 50mm clip for this one, and I'm just going to put a dot of glue here. You can line them if you prefer. I personally don't. That's better. Right, so right on the centre, like so. Hold that a second. So it sets. And then you always want a matching or a corresponding piece of 9mm ribbon to centre your bow. Heat seal your end. You want a drop of glue just there. Like so. Open your clip. Get that right on the centre as well. Hold it for a second before you wrap so it doesn't pop open. Okay, and then we go once. Open your clip. Round again. Make sure you can't see the layer from beneath. Overlap it just slightly over your clip. Cut off your excess. Heat seal that so it doesn't fray in the bow, and then want another dot of glue just there. Like so. Open your clip again. Hold that for a second so it sets. And then as you can see, it's a little bit scrunched up here. So we are just going to adjust everything. Got a crease mark or something in my ribbon there. Don't know how that's happened. That's what bling's for. But yeah, don't be afraid to manipulate your bow until it sits exactly how it's happy. As you can see, I've got this one. I'm going to clip this one on camera as well because that doesn't have that mark on it there. I do find sometimes, and this is the strangest thing that I've ever noticed, that certain colours, it doesn't matter which supplier that you get, certain colours are just slightly more prone to marking and things like that than others. And the sort of pale ones, like the peaches and the pinks, tend to be among those. Because I think what happened there is I pulled too hard and frayed it a little. That'll be one for my nieces rather than... It's okay, because Ella wanted about 5 of these. Liz has decided that she prefers my sister's bows again because she's been helping my sister with her big shot machine making the glitter and faux leather ones just recently. Which is quite impressive considering she's not quite 5 yet. There we go, that was much better without that mark. like I said, without that free mark on there. There you go. Manipulate it a little bit so it sits how you want. I like to pull these up, and like I said, gives you that nice effect. And because this is one where the shape can be squished and things like that, I would always advise giving it a little bit of a blast with either some starch spray, fabric stiffener, extra strength hairspray, whichever you prefer best. And like I said, I like to do it till it's slightly, well, a step away from wet, and then leave them to dry, so that way when that you're shipping or sending them out to people, they don't sort of get smushed down and they still hold the shape that you've just spent your time getting them to sit all nicely. Said it looks pretty in all the colours. This is my favourite one at the moment. This one, little teeny tiny one there, and like I said, my Christmassy green silver edged one. Okay, thank you for watching. Do please like, share, subscribe, and join my channel. There's lots more videos to come, and I'm trying to do videos every Tuesday and Friday. There will be more for a little while I'm catching up with certain things. Like I said, thank you for watching. Bye!